What is a life pivot? Sometimes we just want to quit the thing we're doing and do something different. We don't know what and we don't know how, but we know we want to. But then we don't do it. We freeze up just thinking about the what or the how and end up continuing on the same path. This can happen with people who have been doing the same job with the same company for a long time. It can happen even if you've advanced in your career. Maybe those promotions didn't turn out to be the experience you were imagining they would be. It happens to people who love their jobs, to those who are in school. It happens to entrepreneurs and creators. And I wouldn't call it reaching burnout. I would describe it more as the feeling of needing a break to decide if you want to stay on the path you're currently on or try something different. There's nothing wrong with changing your mind. The happiest people are the ones who pivot in life. There are 4 parts to this video. We'll start with going over a list of motivational drivers that we may not even be aware are impacting the decisions we make. This will help with part 2, remembering why you chose the current path that you're on. And exercise in part 3 will help you decide, if you don't already know, what your next move could be. And then part 4 will cover analysis paralysis and how to push through that. There are 2 activities and a challenge in this video that are going to help you make sure you're not just watching a video, but you're also taking action afterward. So here we go. We did a motivational drivers team exercise at work, and I loved it because 1, it helped me learn about my teammates and what drives them, their personalities, why they make the decisions the way that they do. But it also reminded me of why I joined the company in the first place and why I stay there. So to give credit where credit is due, I got this list from that exercise at work. And these are in no particular order. One motivator is power, and I don't mean the ability to boss people around. I mean having a say and some control over your own experience or path. Another one is affiliation, the feeling that you're part of a team or community. You're the type of person that enjoys building connections with people. And I want to emphasize that this doesn't have to mean you're extroverted. For example, I remember mentioning in that team exercise that I'm not like the extroverted extroverts that get energized by being around people all the time. For me, virtual affiliation is just fine, and that's why I love working remotely. This motivator is more about feeling connected. A third motivational driver is achievement. You like having an end goal. You like clear and measurable goals. You like being able to check things off and know that you completed a project successfully. Motivator number 4 is order. Routines or rules make you comfortable. You might have a type A personality. You like knowing exactly what you need to advance in school or for a promotion. You like knowing what's expected of you. A 5th motivator is safety. You like stability in your life or workplace, job security. Maybe you're risk averse and constantly thinking ahead to be at least aware of what could go wrong. And the last one is recognition. You enjoy being sincerely recognized and praised for your contributions. You're also someone who is quick to give recognition to others because it's something you value. You like the feeling of being valued. These are some of the things that, even if we're not aware, have impacted the paths we've chosen and continue to choose. And you might be a mix of a lot of these, but you might find that maybe 2 are stronger motivational drivers for you. When we make a decision to go down a path, whether it's saying yes to a job, picking an education and career path, choosing entrepreneurship or contract work, basically being in charge of your own income, or picking up a hobby that's different from your day-to-day activities, there's a reason we said yes to those things in the first place. Because it gave us something we were seeking at that point in our lives. That thing, again, whether we realize it or not, met the motivational drivers that we had at the time. So back to the point of this video, identifying when you are in need of a life pivot or change, take some time to think back and try to remember why you chose the current path you're on. Think about what your wants and needs were when you started down this path. Maybe you felt pressure to choose it. People grow and people change, our values change, which means our motivational drivers can change too. And that might be the feeling you're experiencing right now. When this happens, sometimes we might feel like something is wrong with us, but that's not true. There doesn't have to be anything wrong with us or with our employer. The situation you're in now, the decision you made in the past, it's possible it's just not the right fit for you anymore. And that's okay. It's okay to not know what you want to do next. It's okay to not have a plan when you mention it to friends and family members and partners. The first activity for this video is to take 10 or 15 minutes to look back at those motivational drivers and see which ones describe who you are right now. Then take a minute and organize them by which feel like stronger motivational drivers for you. There's a fun part to this whole experience. I know it might feel stressful right now, but these life pivots can be a ton of fun if you let yourself have it and enjoy it. Some of you might already know what you want to do next, and that's awesome. Feel free to skip ahead to the analysis paralysis part of the video. For those of you that don't, this is your opportunity to explore. Stop overexerting yourself in life and work and give yourself some time to explore some interests. I've talked in past videos about letting yourself dabble. You don't need to make a quick and final decision for what your next steps are. You can try something new, decide you don't like it, and move on to the next thing. If you need help with this, check out my last 2 videos. I'll put the links to those at the end of the video. The challenge for this video, yes, there's a challenge, aside from the activities, is to pick one thing you'd like to explore. Like we said, you're feeling like you want to quit and do something different. And this is the point where you start exploring what those possibilities could be. If you look at the results of the Motivational Drivers activity, you're going to start noticing what's missing, which of your motivational drivers are no longer being met, and that might spark ideas. Alright, so now you're at the point where you know, or at least have an idea of what you'd like to try next. But you're stuck in analysis paralysis. You're unsure of how to take action. Remember, it's okay to want a life change and not have all or any of the plans. What's not okay is to let yourself get stuck in overwhelm and indecision and remain unhappy. That's what this video is for. It's rare to feel 100% ready to move on to the next thing. Fears are gonna pop up all the time. I would describe my experience with doubts, fears, and insecurities as thoughts that come up for me and then I end up pushing them back to ignore them, but it never works. They still occupy my mental space and energy, and I try to fight them and keep them away, but they're still there. What's helped me take action is making a sort of mini plan that I know that I can change and letting myself acknowledge my doubts. So this leads to the second activity for this video. It's a 2-part activity. The first part is to make a list of all the what ifs, the doubts, any unanswered questions you have, things you feel you need to research. For example, what if I change jobs and get laid off soon after in this economy? What if my freelancing idea doesn't work out and I start running out of money? What if I'm not happy at the new job? How much money do I need to save up to quit? And then you're gonna take that list and separate the unanswered questions and research items from the doubts and insecurities. The unanswered questions you have and items you need to research are gonna help you identify your plan. It might be a long list, and that's fine. You don't need to start tackling everything at once. But you do wanna make sure that you break down this list into actionable items that won't be overwhelming to tackle. And the list of doubts and insecurities, go through each one and find a counterpoint to it. The point of this part is to dump all of them out of your brain each day to help give you a clean slate for the day. They'll keep popping up for a while, but at least this way they'll occupy less mental space and energy. When you start questioning whether going through all of this work is worth it, remember that the happiest people pivot in life. There's nothing wrong with wanting change. That's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what your motivational drivers are. And if you have an idea of what you want to transition to, drop that in the comments as well. If you found this video helpful, like it, share it, and subscribe.